Alright guys, so now let's go on to a fun break, which is our little fun sketch that we will be practicing our shading on. So you can do a portrait or you can do a full body. I'm probably going to do a bust shot and maybe a head as well. Maybe I'll do a bit of both. So let's try a portrait first. So I like drawing girls, of course, just because they're more fun. So I'm going to be drawing a portrait really fast. And this is just for a test. So let's go ahead and just draw whatever we want. You can draw a cat girl, whatever, anime girl, your own character, whichever. I'm just drawing a cat girl right now, just because why not? So once again, I start with the cranium, then I kind of drop it down to the cheekbone or the jaw and the jawline here, and I add in my nose. And at this point, if you're used to drawing, this all the time, you won't really need to do much measurements at all. It'll start becoming muscle memory for you. So don't worry about not getting it right the first time. Use the measurement lines if it really helps. If you find it better to kind of play by ear, play by eye, whatever, feel free to. But I prefer for your beginners to continue using the measurement lines, and as you get more used to it, you can start gradually removing them. So as you can see, I'm adding in eyes where they are placed, eyelid, eyes, in the same position. Just draw the other eye, which will be a little bit more skewed, a little bit more squished. Don't make it too narrow. Just make it more to the side and not the same size as this. It's just a little bit slanted, I should say. Make sure the eyes are around the same length as well. Now let's give her some cat-like pupils. Let's give a little highlight. I'm not shading the eyes yet, just because I will teach you guys that in a little bit. Let's give her a little cat-like mouth, kind of like a little triangle. And then let's give her some cat ears, which will be a kind of like a thick to thin triangle with some fluff in the middle. And then the other triangle, you can want to finish it from behind. Same thing here. I draw the fluff first, then I draw the triangle, and then I finish it off. Let me zoom out so we can see the whole thing. Let's give her some cute little bangs. Some straight bangs would do. So I'm just going to partition her hair, part it and group it into different groups. So here is the bangs group, which will be in the front of her face. If you notice that my voice kind of sounds a little bit kind of raspy right now, it's because I kind of choked during the video, so I had to edit that out. But anyways, same thing. If you want to add some bangs to frame her face, go ahead and do that. Don't overdo it though. Just kind of have it surround her face just a little bit. And remember, we're not trying to make a very pristine image here. This is just a test. So let's draw in her hairline with the parting of her hair. And let's wrap that all around. Let's draw a little bit of blush, because why not? So let's give her a little color. Which, of course, because the neck is a cylinder, you want to make sure that this wraps around. It's not a straight line. It is wrapping around. So that is our little headshot, that's what they call a headshot, which is basically a head drawing. And now let's go ahead and draw maybe a full body drawing, maybe. Or maybe I'll just draw let me think. Maybe I'll just draw like partial body here. So let's draw a head here, which we're not going to detail. I'm just going to be drawing in the clothes and whatnot. So let's give her an outfit, which let's give her a head here, head, cross line. If you want, you can go a little bit fast with this. I'm drawing 2 boxes. Make sure that the boxes kind of go from thick to thin, and then thick to thin out, or thin to thick out, because this is the pelvis. Halfway point is where the pelvis starts. And here we have our 3-finger gap. And then here we have our legs, which I'm not going to draw the full body. I'm just going to be drawing partial. So this looks good for now. Let's draw her neck. And let's go ahead and draw the collarbone. Let's draw her in her chest. So notice how a lot of the time, a lot of these bodies and have these kind of thick to thin qualities. It kind of gives a nice balance to the aesthetic. Let's say this is her outfit here. So we're going to design her head and then her outfit. And let's give her some paws. How about that? Let's give her some paw mittens of some sort. So this is the thumb. And then here are her paws. I don't know exactly how many digits cats have, so I'm just going to go with 4 fingers because that looks good. And let's give her some little claws. And that'll be good for now. So that'll be good for her paws. Now let's draw in her outfit. So I'm going to draw a simple outfit here. I'm not going to go too complicated. In fact, let me just draw in her face as well, because why not? I don't want to just have this be a mannequin. So I'm going to give her more kind of cat-like qualities in her outfit. More feline, more kind of seductive. Not super seductive, probably more like cutesy. So I'm going to give her like a kind of like a strapless dress maybe. That maybe it'll be like a bralette of some sort maybe. Not really a bralette, it's more like a strapless top. And then a high waist skirt. This is very simple, by the way, so don't go too bazonkers on this. New word, by the way. To make this more cat-like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fur accents. So I think maybe what I'll do is I'll add some fur up at the top. This is just, for fun. So of course, erase anything that needs to be erased underneath because it's not going to be shown. And make sure that when you're drawing fur, for example, it's more of a different shape look. So it's like big, small, medium shapes, all the like. And let's add some fur over on top as well. So big, medium, small, and the like. Let's add some fur on the top of her dress as well, because why not? Let's give her a pencil skirt with a bit of a corseted look. So I like adding these kind of corset looks just because it looks super cute. So these are these little crisscross ribbon looking, patterns here. So that just kind of gives a more of an interesting feel to it. So if you want to draw that, you can. I just prefer to give her kind of like a cute outfit. Now, if I want to add some folds to that, I'm going to add some nice zigzag folds that kind of stretch a little bit. Same thing on her chest area. Let's give her a metallic band, but I'll shade that later. Let's give her some fishnet socks. How about that? I'm going on loud, aren't I? So fishnet socks, what you want to do is just draw some cross hatches across her legs. Make sure they follow the form of her legs as cylinders. Especially the other side. You want to show the form using that. So I'm rotating my cross hatches so it fits more of a cylindrical form. And now let's go ahead and add in her features. Let's add in her eyes. Make sure they're moderately sized. Unfortunately, I can't really zoom in any further until it starts getting a bit blurry, so I'm going to go ahead and make do with this resolution for now. Let me zoom out a little bit more so it's clear. And let's shade in a little bit of her eyes in this one because it's too small. And let's make her mouth a little bit open. Now let's draw on her bangs. And the bangs that frame her face. And we'll draw on her ears. And then here is her hair and collar. I would make these shoulders a little bit more curved, just so it looks kind of cuter rather than super straight. Straight shoulders or diagonal shoulders kind of look better on guys, but slender shoulders and more curved shoulders look better for girls. And then we forgot her tail, so let's go ahead and add one. Let's add a tail. So this kind of reminds me of Tokyo Mew Mew, actually. Oh well, that's an old anime. Alright, so here we have our fun little sketch of both a head shot and a semi-full body shot. Not full body, but it's from our head to our legs. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.